and go for it and cross our fingers. Go for it and cross our fingers. There we go. That I have put my bets on the correct time. Um, I'm putting my stake down. I'm gambling. Let's go gambling. Let's go gambling. Move the chat pop out down to here. How is everyone doing this morning? Give me a second to be set up, and we'll get rolling. Hey, Gumba Master. I'm taking a gamble. I'm going for it. I'm putting the gamble down. You know what? I need to do a Blue Sky post. Give me a sec. Going live on Twitch, predicting what we'll see in the Switch 2 trailer, which might be surprise dropping in 30 mins if we're lucky. Come hang out for predictions and hopefully a reveal reaction. And that will do for the post. What's life with a bit of without a bit of gambling? Let's go gambling. Let's go gambling. Let's go gambling. Hey Gumba Master. Hey Terra. Hey that Daria Morgan. Hey Echo. Hey Gumba. Hey Slife of the Sky Donut. I'm putting my stake in. It's not this week. I'm putting my stake in on this week. Here's the thing. I've heard 1 p.m. I'm seeing people like, people at gamesindustry.biz making references to 1 p.m. I've seen Andy Robinson, who I very much trust on this stuff, talking about some other embargoes for coverage. I think it's for previews for Assassin's Creed Shadows are very poorly timed, and I've heard that those are 1 p.m. And Andy Robinson's going like, if you are a company that set your embargo for impressions of your game today, you're a little bit fucked. It seems like 1 p.m. What so, I'm seeing enough people who I trust that I'm willing to put aside my usual gut instinct, which is like, Nintendo, 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. is what I usually expect out of them. There's enough buzz about 1 p.m. today. I'm like, you know what? We roll. We follow where that energy is. Choose Adam says, finally Laura not scaring me with special events. Voxy Buns, hello, I don't know you, but your skeet landed on my timeline. I really want to see how this turns out. I hope I haven't gotten everyone excited for half an hour from now if fucking nothing happens, which is entirely possible. But I've been doing this as a full-time job for a decade now, and I want to believe that I have, like, a gut instinct I should follow sometimes, and it's telling me be live today half an hour from now. What time is it in Japan right now? It is 9:30 p.m. So the theory goes, if the Switch 2 trailer is dropping in half an hour, it would be 10 p.m. in Japan, 1 p.m. in the UK, 8 a.m. on the East Coast of America. It would be like 5 a.m. for the West Coast. So West Coast would be seeing it when they wake up. East Coast would be just waking up to it. Europe would be around for it. Japan would be seeing it before they go to bed. It's about as good a time as you're gonna get. Like, if you push it later in the day, you run the risk of Japan having gone to sleep. You know, it's we're going for the gamble. We're going for the gamble. Yeah. So we're gonna do bingo. We're gonna put some bingo predictions down. And look, I'm gonna focus on hardware specific stuff because if we believe Nate the Hate, who was the first person who said, "Hey, reveal's coming on Thursday," and I generally trust his sentiment. This is going to be very focused on the hardware, not nearly so much on software. We might do a little bit of put a little of software in, but I'm gonna start with let's start with like the stuff that like leaks are pretty confident is happening. We maybe get a little more adventurous as we get closer to the half hour. Sly for the Sky Donut says, personally speaking, I wouldn't say Nintendo's one to shadow drop something this big, but I'd like to be wrong. They've done it for directs before, like Nintendo partner directs, often just shadow drop. The Switch OLED trailer just shadow dropped. You know, I here's what I will say. Kit and Krista is a podcast on YouTube run by two people who used to work for Nintendo of America. I very much trust their opinions as people who worked very high up in Nintendo of America for the better part of a decade. Their read on the possibility of this being shadow dropped is Nintendo values the element of surprise above most things. And the fact that everything about this is leaked in advance is going to be really frustrating to them. They're going to want to find some way to still surprise people. And in that context, I'm like, yeah, I can see them shadow dropping to go, oh shit, it's happening, to try and get that element of surprise that, you know, these former Nintendo of America employees are like, we think Nintendo is probably quite frustrated that they haven't been able to surprise people with the reveal of this thing. And in that context, I'm like, I don't think it's the most ridiculous thing to think they might shadow drop and just let it. So we'll get to what things I think it'll have. So let's get started. Magnetic Joy-Cons. Basically the oldest rumor about this thing. It's been doing the rounds for the longest time. We might take some of these off if they're too predictable and we want to put more adventurous things on, but we're going to start with U-shaped kickstand. We're going to go C button, which maybe before we lock in the bingo, we try and make predictions what we think the C button's going to be. Chuzu Adam, the rumors are very much that it's going to be primarily hardware focused. So I'm going to leave out most of... I think we will see a game running on it, and I might make like one prediction what game I think we're going to see running on it. We'll see. The U-shaped kickstand thing seems like a weird idea. All of the accessory manufacturers who are making cases for it already, who put their cases on sale, all seem to agree on the U-shaped kickstand, and I'm like, okay, I'm with you. I'm with you. Mouse mode Joy-Con. I'm a believer that optical sensor is for mouse mode. 8-inch LCD screen. I think we're getting an LCD screen rather than an OLED. I think LCD screens have come a long way in the 8 years since the original Switch. I think it's a shame that it won't be OLED, but I think to save money, I think it'll be something more equivalent to the screen on the PlayStation Portal, which is a high-quality 8-inch LCD that looks pretty damn nice compared to even the OLED on Switch. It's not OLED. I love OLED. I'll get to sticks in a second. I'm working through my lists. So what have I got? Switch 2 carts have nub. This is like the DS to the 3DS cartridges. I think Switch 1 cartridges will go in, but Switch 2 cartridges will be shown. And they'll have a little sideways nub that stops you putting them in an original Switch. I think we'll see a cartridge today. Let's go. What hardware things do I have? I've got a list here. Yeah, let's go Hall effect sticks. I think it's time. I think Nintendo doesn't want to have to deal with stick drift again. Can use an original Swift as a Wii U style controller. I think that some kind of dual screen functionality will happen. Will we see it today? I don't know if they want to muddle the messaging. I'm muddling around it. We'll come back. We'll see. Are they going to call it Switch 2, or are we just got used to that? I'm putting that in as a space. Switch 2 is the real name. I am very confident that Switch 2 is the real name of this. Let's see. I wonder if the first gen Joy-Cons will work on Switch 2. My understanding is yes, but you won't be able to charge them on the Switch 2. So you'll either need to use your Switch 1 to charge them, or buy like a charger station for your Switch 1 Joy-Cons. What did I have on hardware? I'm looking for my hardware notes. The triggers will still be digital. They won't be analog triggers. Digital triggers. So the triggers are on, off, not like degrees of pressed. LED, not OLED. I don't know if we would see this today, but micro SD Express, I think we'll see confirmed. I don't know. I'm trying to go for stuff that I think we might find out about today in a very hardware-focused video. Switch 2 dock has a fan in it. Switch 2 dock fan. The dock has active cooling. Blue and orange color scheme, sort of like Portal. Let's go. Oh yeah, USB-C port on the top. Top USB-C port. Oh, yes. This is not hardware specific. New color scheme, logo, and snap sound. I think we see a new version of the Switch logo where the Joy-Con slide in sideways rather than clipping down, and a slightly different click sound. And I think we don't go red and white as the color scheme. It's like black and white, or some new color schemes of box art is differentiated. Switch 2 is an Xbox. I don't think we see that today, because I think that's in software specific, like, a month from now. But I think a shit ton of Xbox software coming to Switch, I think, is a really fucking safe bet, honestly. Headphone jack seems to still be in. I'm not going to use a space for it, but it seems to be the case. Whether we would get this confirmed today or not, I think we get 1080p screen. We get an upgrade from 720p to 1080p for screen quality. Pro Controller has back paddles. Pro Controller has back paddles. Built-in mic. Do I think we see built-in mic today? Panep, all of the rumors that I am hearing from people who I trust to be correct on this are saying it is today. Rumblings the last hour or so have been that it's in about 20 minutes. I don't know if that's true. I'm taking a gamble. I'm following the lead of people who I trust to know what they're on. Dedicated VR mode. Interesting thought. Interesting. Gyro in the console, I think, basically guaranteed if you want to be able to have backwards compatibility. Okay, I think this is the big hardware things that I think we would see in a trailer today. I think this is the big ones. New Mario logo is just Mario nude giving a sly wink. Banana dispenser. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to read everyone's chat messages. Do you think they'll show a new game to show it off? Maybe a new Mario. My gut instinct is we see an impressive third-party open-world game running on it today. I think we see an equivalent to... You know how with the first Switch trailer, everyone was surprised to see Skyrim running on it? I think it's either a port of Red Dead 2 or of Elden Ring. I think we see a Red Dead or an Elden Ring port running on it today as a... Oh shit, this can do kind of more modern games, huh? Like, if we're gonna go generic, and we can maybe update this in the next 20 minutes, I would start with third-party open world port show. Like, for things we will see today, I think that's the most likely game thing we will see today. Or, like, maybe we see 3D Mario, maybe we see something new, but I think they show us something we already know the scale of to go, oh, it can run that, can it? Yeah, Elden Ring feels like the obvious candidate. Like, Elden Ring running on it, because that would be, I think, the thing that would get people on board. Do you think they'll let third-party partners announce games for the Switch 2 afterwards? Yes. I think that as soon as this thing has an official name and exists, I think people will, and, like, has a logo, I think you'll start seeing that logo attached to a bunch of games. I think you will probably hear like, I don't think you'll hear a flood of them today. I think a lot of... If partners have, like, made agreements with Nintendo to be part of their, like, big software reveal, I'm guessing in, like, a month, those people will probably hold off on talking about it. But, like, Yuka Replayly will probably add it to their banner, because they kind of hinted at it already. Final Fantasy VII Remake, I think, is a strong candidate for appearing on it as well. Virtual Boy emulation. Hey, Jeffrey, yeah, we're doing bingo. So this is the hardware stuff that seems reliable. Like, do we think that today, if they're doing a hardware-focused thing, they in any way acknowledge DLSS or image upscaling, or that this is the tick that's going on? Or do they just go, look at it on the TV, doesn't it look good? Like, part of me thinks they don't want to use, like, the technical language. They just want to show, hey, you put it on the TV and it looks real good. Mouse mode hinted at. I think we've got mouse mode Joy-Con on here. I believe in it still. Yeah, I feel like DLSS probably doesn't get brought up, but given that we're so confident it's the tech that's in this thing, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna let it have a space for now. Yeah, DLSS mentioned in the treehouse after the main announcement. If we get like if we don't see it in the trailer, but it's like mentioned in the video description or in a press release right after, I think that's a win. We get that bingo space. Today it's going to be a trailer, technical stuff at the console presentation. Yeah, probably. Do you think we see anything of the OS today? I think we do. I think we see a home screen. Chances of an old Japanese man being in the reveal trailer as Nintendo continues to not get accessibility right? No, it'll be like the last one. It will all be able-bodied 20 to 30-year-old people in America who go to cool rooftop parties. That will be the only people we see using this thing. Cube4 says, I bet the announcement won't be more than a few minutes long. Yeah, it'll probably be about the length of the Switch one. It's like maybe 3 minutes if you're lucky. Yeah, I think their DLSS will have an original, unique name, like Nintendo Graphics Boost. I heard someone suggesting it'd be called Nintendo Magic. It's like, and it looks even better on your TV thanks to Nintendo Magic. That little dose of Nintendo Magic, and I'm like, that's a very Disney move to make, but I could see them doing it. Yeah, Julian, 2 and 3 p.m. are the times they usually go for. It's when I saw people whose opinion I trust saying a time that Nintendo doesn't usually go with, I'm like, yeah, that feels right to me. Nintendo one-up magic. Surely it's like 3 minutes and then they use the Pokemon Direct to start doing game reveals. According to Jeff Grubb, Pokemon Presents is going to be very focused on, like, Switch 1. These games are all on Switch 1. Don't worry about Switch 2. We're not going to, like, plaster Switch 2 footage in your face. We don't want you to feel bad if you don't own a Switch 2 yet or you're not getting a Switch 2 at launch. Be excited, as Switch 1 owners, that you're going to get to play all these things. Apparently, that's the tone that Pokemon Presents has taken this year, which I am fascinated by as a move. Share the joy with Nintendo Magic. NSR, Nintendo Super Resolution, or Nintendo Boost. Be excited as Switch owners because we're not making enough of these. What do you expect for release date? I was a believer in March, but I'm gonna say late April, early May. I was a believer of like the 28th of March. But if they're not going to show, like, do the, like, in-depth presentation until supposedly, like, a month from now, I think slipping into the next financial year is very, like, slipping into May feels like the safe bet. Like, April feels almost like an ambitious guess at this point, which is, we'll see. Oh, April 16th was never a date. People on Reddit were like, oh, I searched Switch 2 and Amazon said April 16th. No, it was showing, I forget what the fucking RPG is. Some RPG that's coming to Switch. Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 comes out on April 16th. And that comes to Switch. So Switch and 2 was bringing up the release date for Baten Kaitos 1 and 2. That's what people were seeing yesterday. She, her pronouns. Right. Let's go. Oh, hey, Dave. This will be interesting because would Switch 1 have been successful with that Breath of the Wild? They'll have to have something like that. I'm a big believer that their year one is new 3D Mario and new Mario Kart, two of their best-selling things. I think both of them would get that off to a good flying start. I think they show a big third party like an Elden Ring. Yeah, like I think 3D Mario on launch day. Like, October of the first year, you get Mario Kart 9 with some fancy gimmick. Both are used in marketing. Pokemon ZA has some cross-gen patch that works better on Switch 2. I think that would be enough to get, like, a better running Pokemon, a 3D Mario, and a Mario Kart to kick it off. You'd have a good first year. If Metroid Prime, you know what? I think we see Metroid Prime running on this today. I think we see Metroid Prime because I think we see Mouse Joy-Con. I think that's why we see Metroid Prime, is because they want to show, hey, you can do first-person shootery kind of game with mouse controls. Prime 4 footage. I think we see some Metroid Prime 4 today. Also, everyone say happy birthday to Jane, my wife. It's my wife's birthday today, and I am doing this stream despite it being my wife's birthday because stupid work obligations, which is why I need it to be 1 o'clock that this trailer goes up so that I don't spend more time than necessary not celebrating my wife's birthday with her. She's lovely. Tell her happy birthday. Dave says, what, like you just put the Joy-Con down on a surface, it can be used as a mouse. There are leaks that show it having an optical sensor, and it seems like, yeah, you just turn it sideways. These are your left and right mouse clicks. Use a current Joy-Con for it. It feels surprisingly usable as a mouse already. The joys of I'm here, we're technically together. I'm glad you feel that way and that I haven't run away on your birthday. Right, we've got to fill 5 more slots in the next 10 minutes. What do we put? What do we put? Accessories to the top USB-C. You know what? The very first person, that Chinese YouTuber that did that video going, I have a 3D print of the Switch 2, said that one of the primary accessories for it was going to be a camera. And then that's what the C button was for. Let's go. Camera accessory. I'm going to choose to put my faith in that first YouTuber who had a 3D printed one being right on the money that there's going to be a camera. Look, I want to see... I don't think we see upgrade patches for Switch 1 games mentioned today. I don't think we see them in this trailer, at least. I think they get mentioned maybe in a press release, maybe in their, like whatever presentation a month from now where they actually talk about the price and release date. You know what? The original reveal trailer for the Switch did say a launch month, even if it didn't give a day. I reckon they might do that here. They might end on a launch month. You know what? May. I'm gonna put the bet in for May 2025. We're putting the May in. You know what? For now, we're gonna put Mario Kart and 3D Mario. Because that's it. I think if we see anything, I think if we see any new games, if we see brief snippets like we did in Mario Odyssey, I think we might see a little bit of a 3D Mario, a little bit of Mario Kart, a little bit of Metroid Prime, and some third-party game that's probably going to be Elden Ring. Like, that, I think that's, like, Metroid Prime takes the spot of Breath of the Wild. We get a 3D Mario and Mario Kart snippet like we got for the original Switch trailer, and taking the place of Skyrim is Elden Ring. And, like, those are the 4 games that we see little clips of throughout the trailer. There you go. That's following the structure. I don't know. My gut says it's Mario Kart subtitle rather than 9, but I could be wrong. Elden Ring was interesting on PS4, so I'm keen to see how horrible it looks on Switch 2. I mean, look, as someone who played it on Steam Deck, it's doable. You can make it run on Steam Deck. We're gonna put 1 more space. We've got 8 minutes. What random gamble do we put on this final space? Because I think a lot of this bingo board is really safe. Like, a lot of this bingo board is stuff that is very reliably leaked. I think we put something a bit risky in the final spot. Yeah, supposedly 7 minutes from now is when we're getting the trailer. Maybe not. Could be entirely wrong. And I don't know what I'm going to do if it turns out we're wrong and it's, like, not for another hour or 2. But we'll work that out when we get to it. For now, I'm assuming 7 minutes from now we're going to be watching the reveal. Bingo space for no reveal. You know what? Do we make the final bingo space? There's no trailer at 1 p.m. and I was wrong, and that's the final bingo space. Would you say you were pretty excited? Honestly, yeah. I love Nintendo for any problems I have with them as a company, namely their problems with accessibility. Um, I can't deny that theirs are the game franchises that like really have a soft spot in my heart. Like, I will always be a Nintendo person at heart, no matter what else. No trailer is the free square. Maybe they'll show off NSO and finally have worked out how to put Pokemon on there. Oh, that's never happening. That's too technically demanding. Right. Come on. What do we put? Last space. Mario plus Donkey Kong. I don't think they show anything Donkey Kong related today because they're trying to promote a different Donkey Kong that's on sale today. Zelda Remaster or Remake. Look, I could see the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess remakes that have been long rumored finally coming for Switch 2, but I don't think we see them today. You know what? Let's take a gamble. Let's gamble on one of the features that I don't think is real, but I want to be real, which is the dual screen. Like, you've got the Switch 2 in your lap, but you're casting it to the TV, and that's acting as your second screen for dual screen, or your docked Switch 2 is in the dock, but your Gen 1 Switch is in your hands, and that's how you're going to do your Wii U ports or your DS ports. Some way of doing pseudo dual screen. Yeah. Dual screen mode somehow. I don't think it's real, but I want to believe in Nintendo coming back to a dual screen setup. And I'm willing to put it on there despite it being an unlikely gamble. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The C button is the friends we made along the way. Part of me, like, if I had to put my money right now on what the C button is, it's cursor. It's for mouse mode. turn your Joy-Con into a mouse mode. You press C, it's a cursor now. I don't think that's right, but I don't think any of the other things I've heard are right. I think when we hear what the C button is, we're gonna go, of course, no one could predict that. It's Nintendo. The C button pops out clamshell mode. Yeah, C button's probably, like, look, probably it's community, or chat, or campus, or whatever it is. It's gonna be... No, because we still got a capture button on the left Joy-Con. It's just a C on the right Joy-Con. I think it probably is some kind of friends list social sort of feature, but I don't think we're gonna know what the C button is until Nintendo says it and we go, oh, it wasn't a letter C at all, it was a sideways smiley face and it represents joy for Joy-Con. Like, it's gonna be some bullshit like that no one could have predicted. Daika, look, maybe there'll be nothing to see, but I make no promises, but I bet half an hour of time not playing board games with my wife on this, so you know, I have a relative amount of faith. Where are you checking to see if it's live or not? I'm going to be checking Nintendo of America's YouTube channel, but if anyone like finds a link to it, sees it up somewhere, like, let me know at that moment when it happens. Let's do it. Let's grab the bingo. And we're going to go over to Nintendo of America's YouTube. Let me just get the bingo over into MS Paint where I can make effective use of it. Come on, Nintendo. Give me something to react to. I would love that. Honestly, that would be very nice of you. So yes, so here is... Okay, top USB-C port is the center square. That's a nice center square to have. Here is how the bingo board currently looks. I'm going to return it over to my other screen here, and we're going to Get ready to start refreshing. Come on, Nintendo, I believe in you. Jeffrey Bunting says this is going to be real awkward if there's no announcement. Yeah, it is. But you know what? If there's no announcement, 355 of us got to hang out and make predictions. And you know what? That was a fun time. Come on. Nintendo, show us a thing. I want to believe. The announcement is that there's going to be no announcement. Also, Nintendo has started uploading some of their trailers in 4K recently, and that's been kind of interesting. Not for all of their games, but Tomb Raider 4, 5, and 6 Remastered is a 4K trailer for some reason. Hello Kitty Island Adventure is a 4K trailer for some reason. This is keeping me company while I do job interview prep, so thank you. Oh, I'm glad. There is an announcement, but it's that Nintendo have gone bankrupt and are shutting down today. Well, I'm glad we were here for the downfall and demise. You know. Let's see. Well, yeah, that's the thing. Part of me wonders, are some of these games also coming to Switch 2 and they've gotten permission to upload a 4K version of their trailer? Maybe that's conspiracy brain. Jeffrey says I'm supposed to be researching the Kinect, so this is better. Well, this is it. Let me pull up. How many seconds away are we? Clock. Oh, in theory now. Nothing yet, but sometimes they take a second to appear. Has anything been tweeted by anyone? Has Nintendo shared anything? Are any of these emails Nintendo related? Nope. Womp, womp, womp. Well, what do we do? Do we hang out for a bit, or do I come back in like an hour? Do I come back when the trailer happens and be like, shit, it's here, we got the trailer. Fine, we've done the predictions now. If the trailer happens, I guess we come back. I'll wait a bit. They gotta wait for the intern to hit the upload button. Look, this is on me for trusting the people that were like 1 p.m. 1 p.m.'s the time. I saw a few people saying 1 p.m., but they're watching this stream. They'll upload the second you log off. That's what I said on Blue Sky. I was like, the second I end the stream, like 10 minutes later, it'll be out. We're waiting for the switch to hit the fans. Can't believe you lied to me about this, Laura. I know. How dare I have done so? How dare I have lied to you all? Let's all blame Jordan Midler. We're not blaming Jordan Midler. I'm blaming the person I saw at GamesIndustry.biz, and what was it, Jordan Robinson, that was kind of getting me thinking it. Person who let me go. The first Switch reveal dropped at 10 a.m. EST. Yeah, so the original Switch trailer was like 2 hours later than Now in the Day, which is what I was originally suspecting until who was it at GamesIndustry.biz that was going like, I'm trying to decide between these two lunches. Maybe I should switch between the two. My lunch break is at 1 p.m. UK. And I'm like, okay, I see. Chat, Chris String, that's it. Tara, we don't need to tell everyone about my 9/11 last night. By which I mean my 9-minute 11-second world record in Cooking Mama Cookstar. Hey, Silverstone Canda, thank you very much for the bits. It's Silk Song all over again, of course it is. Switch 2 isn't real, it can't hurt you. The Switch 2 exists in our imaginations, the most powerful console ever. You got me. Check Japanese Nintendo Twitter. It's up? Is it? Oh shit, is it up? Can someone, if it is up, can someone send me a link? Can someone put the link in the Twitch chat if it's real? Oh shit, it's real? Told you. People are sharing links. That's to the Japanese one. Successor. Okay. Well done to everyone who stayed and didn't bail out. Okay, it's real. It's happening. Fuck. Told you 1 p.m. fuckers. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay, yep. 8-inch. Time for us to see everything from the leaks. Yeah, the leaks were real. The leaks are real. Told you. That photo I shared in the doc was legit. Yep, there's the top USB-C port. The U-shaped kickstand. Fucking told you all. Here we go. It's that thing from the leaks. That's a nice angle on that kickstand. Oh, they're really not going to show gameplay at all today, are they? Fucking hell. Okay, blue and orange. Yeah, blue and orange. They're doing the portal colors. That's the magnetic Joy-Con. We all saw them. Oh, they're not going to show us any fucking gameplay, are they? Is it only the left Joy-Con that has the mouse thing, or is it the right? Are they showing us mouse mode? Yeah, this seems like mouse mode. What's the new sound? Oh. Oh. We're still... Yep. Sideways in. Click sound. For your trailer. That's exactly what I was betting on. Nintendo Switch 2. I think... Oh, Mario Kart. Okay, we're seeing the new Mario Kart. I did not think we would see the Mario Kart today. I showed images of this dock, like, a week ago. Ooh. Hadn't pictured sideways clicking in for the grip. 2025. You're not gonna give us a month. Plays Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games as well as Nintendo Switch games. Nintendo Switch 2 plays both physical and digital Switch games. Certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported or fully compatible. Details will be shared on the Nintendo website at a later date. Okay, so you're not showing us the shape of a Switch 2 cartridge. I was expecting to see the Switch 2 cartridge link. The different shape. Oh, Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, the 4th of February? What day of the week is that? Is that's got to be 4th of February. Or is it April the 2nd? What date format are we looking at here? The 4th of February would be a Tuesday. April the 2nd would be a Wednesday. Do we know which format this is of the two? It's the UK account, so this is 2nd of February. Okay. Or 4th of February. Oh no, sorry, April 2nd. Oh, if we're not getting a Games Direct until for 3 months from now, this is not coming out as soon as I had predicted. This is like a June, maybe July launch. Yeah, this is further out than I was anticipating. Okay, we're gonna rewatch this in a second. I really thought we were gonna be summer. I really thought we were closer than this. Yeah, 10 seconds after trailer, I'll watch if there's anything else, but Switch 2 Experience, series of hand-on events held around the world. For more details, please check the official Nintendo website. You would have got it earlier if you didn't leak it so much. I talked about this on Blue Sky. Tomorrow, I have showing up 3D printed version of this. I was hoping it would arrive by today. A peripheral manufacturer is sending me a 3D printed Switch 2. Along with some of their peripherals. And I was hoping it would arrive by today because I wanted to have a Switch 2 on stream while we saw the Switch 2 get revealed. I thought that would be fucking hilarious. And it's arriving like a day late for the goof. But yes, we'll rewatch this trailer in a second and soak in the info. I want to look at the bingo card first before we rewatch. So, we didn't see the Pro Controller, didn't see a third party game. Was the only game we saw Mario Kart? Goodness, I did not expect that to be the only game shown. Interesting. Well, that pretty much guarantees Mario Kart for day one launch title, which Mario Kart is the best-selling game on Wii U and the best-selling game on Switch. I am not fucking surprised that it's there. We didn't find out about mic or a microphone or micro SD. Didn't find out if the sticks are Hall effect. I think we can go mouse mode Joy-Con. I know it's not officially confirmed, but there's a shot in the trailer that makes me think, yeah, you're getting at it. We don't know if the Switch 2 cart will have the nub. We didn't see Switch 2 carts. Blue and orange color scheme. We got that. Switch 2 dock we saw No idea if it's a fan. Didn't find out what the C button does today, but we did get USB-C port on the top. We're not going to get a bingo, I don't think. U-shaped kickstand. Yeah, that was a good safe one. Digital triggers. We essentially know, but didn't see it confirmed today. Magnetic Joy-Cons. 1080p screen, didn't get that confirmation today, but we might still at some point. Didn't see anything about camera accessory. 8-inch LCD screen we can tick because we know that from the leaks, and this matches the leaks perfectly. New color scheme, logo, and snap sound. New snap sound, not new color scheme. They're sticking with red and white. Switch 2 is the real name. I really thought we were going to get a different color so that like box art would be obviously this is a Switch 2 game. I'm curious what the move there is going to be. But yeah, we're going to move this around for now. Let's go. What day is the direct? I can't tell if it's American or European dating. I can't either. Can someone... Oh, it's 2025 4/2 on the Japanese trailer. That's April. Okay. Yeah, no direct until April. But at least they told people when more information's coming, so people don't have to obsess about it day after day now. They can just... They know what date to expect more. Yeah, so let's watch this one more time. Yeah, definitely April. Are we really doing mouse mode, where you have to hold it upright on its edge there? That feels like it'd be uncomfortable. I thought you meant flat on its back. Give me a sec. So, at least one of the Joy-Cons, seemingly both, has an optical sensor on the rail. So you would put it down like this. That's your left and right mouse buttons. And you know what? As someone who's been trying... Take a regular Joy-Con you currently have, put it on a table, try using it like a mouse. It is surprisingly comfortable. I did not expect it to work as well as it did. And there are some shots in this trailer that make me think, yeah, that's real. It's happening. They didn't say price, no. We don't know date. We know it's coming. We know it's coming 2025. We know it's basically 100% everything that was in the leaks. And we know that there is in April a direct with some game footage. Yeah, I want to look at that Mario Kart footage closer and see if there's anything like obvious new features. Oh, there's still a headphone jack. We still have a 3.5mm headphone jack. That's nice. Honestly, that's a nice kickstand. Yeah, 100. So here's the thing. I have, as I said, I have a 3D printed one of these due to arrive tomorrow. I'm looking forward to getting a feel for how big those Joy-Con actually are, like how much bigger they feel. I didn't see the SD card slot. I think leaks said it was on the right-hand side of the U-shaped kickstand. Let's see if we can see by going through frame by frame quickly. We would be looking like... Yeah, here it is. I don't know how well you can see it. The micro SD card slot is basically here, just above that. Retro Donkey Kong in the Mario Kart footage. I'll give that a look in a second. Yeah, you can just about see it. It's pretty dark, but that's the micro SD, micro SD Express slot supposedly. Oh yeah, I don't doubt people will sell like 3D printed or like a shell that's the size of a mouse you slot your Joy-Con into to make it a more ergonomic mouse. Same cartridge slot. Seemingly, it is basically the same cartridge slot, a little bit wider on one side. Yeah, so we do have, as rumors said, the capture button and the C button. You can barely... Yeah, oh, they've taken the letter off it entirely. Yeah, they're not even showing you that it's the letter C, but that square button has a letter C on it. Yeah, they're trying to... They don't want to talk about that feature yet. Interesting. Maybe it's the second capture button. No, because if it was, they would just have it have this symbol again, and they wouldn't be afraid to show it in the trailer. They don't want to show it because it's a new feature. It's the letter C. It's something different to the capture functionality. I do like this color scheme. Can I just say, I love largely like all black but with tiny little splashes of color as accents. I think that's a really nice like that feels very fancy as a color scheme. Ash Bash says, I bet there's only one color skew. So we've only seen one color skew in the leaks. Next Handheld, for example, only showed this one. Allegedly, there's also a white one at launch. I think it was Next Handheld who showed off the dock and the Joy-Cons, and like including like the color of the rails and stuff. I believe said there's a white skew as well. Yeah. So all of the leaks so far have said LCD screen. Yeah, is this optical? Yeah, I'm trying to see if the right Joy-Con, if that's an optical port on the right Joy-Con as well. Because that's roughly where the optical port on the left Joy-Con is. No one has shown the right Joy-Con quite well enough to tell if that's the case. But yeah, but if we scroll back, some of the stuff we sort of know from the leaks that we can now kind of corroborate. The ZL and ZR buttons are considerably larger. You can now see which number controller you are on the top face, which is nice. Seemingly, this little circle here. So at the back here is a button that helps you detach the Joy-Cons, which makes this center of this circle push out, if Genki is to be believed, and that will push against something in the Joy-Con rail to get the Joy-Con to detach. Oh, Mudkip Gal, I think it's going to be more than a month after the Direct. For the Switch one, we had the big reveal presentation was in January, and it released in March. So maybe 2 months, like April. I could maybe see a June release. If we get a Nintendo Direct that tells us the release date, the price, shows us the games, and says release date is in 2 months, like, that would be about the same timeline that we had for the Switch one. I think June is the earliest we see it release now. Come on. Show. Okay, I want to frame by frame. Is that another... Oh yeah, that's another optical port, yeah. So seemingly both Joy-Cons, I'm guessing, can be used as mice. Yeah, because this is what I think this segment of the trailer is showing off, is mouse mode. Is put it this way on the table. Yeah. This is important. The wrist strap. There's new wrist straps that we're seeing here, which I hadn't seen on. I hadn't noticed were on. Come on. So the new wrist straps have been designed. The current Switch ones are curved. These ones are flat because they want you to put it this way on the table to use as a mouse. So because you know why this is exciting. There's all those rumors that have been floating around this week that the Halo Master Chief Collection is getting ported to Switch 2. Imagine if we get that Direct in April and it's like, hey, play all the Halo games on console, but you can use you've got a mouse on console. Halo games with a mouse, but on console. That's gonna fucking sell people. Sorry, yeah. Jeffrey's saying, might that optical port be used in games too, but not as mice? Might well be. God, you're fucked if you don't play near a table and the game wants you to use a mouse. I doubt many games are going to make it mandatory, but I can imagine something like the Master Chief Collection going, the default is Joy-Cons, but if you want, you can do Joy-Con in one hand, mouse in your right, or vice versa. Like, strafe with your Joy-Con, mouse with your aiming hand. Because, like, there are certain genres I think would do really well. If you in that Direct go, here's some first-person shooters, here's some strategy games and Civ games that usually, like, are best played with mice, here's a port of Mario Maker that now supports a mouse for, like, making your maps. I think mouse functionality would really sell some people. Yeah, this whole sequence to me screams that is demonstrating mouse support. It would also make those indie games that just dump their game on console without refined controls better sell on Switch 2. Exactly. What If Machine? Yeah, they announced it. We've been watching the Switch 2 for like 15 minutes. I think it's more likely that things like Labo or Resident Evil Revelations Reload using the IR sensor won't be compatible. Possibly. Is there a separate part for mouse mode? There's Joy-Cons left something behind that. It's the wrist straps. That thing they left behind was the wrist strap. You can see the fabric wrist straps are connected to it. Yeah, those are the wrist straps. connectors. Are they going to show the little plus and minuses in these Joy-Con rails that we've seen in the leaks? Yeah. So you see this, like, minus button. Seemingly the way that detaching these Joy-Cons is going to work is that you push the little button in on the back of the Joy-Con, and the center of that circle I was talking about earlier will protrude out, and will press the little minus, and that minus is a button, and that button being pressed by the protruding bit of plastic is what will tell it to momentarily deactivate the magnets so you can remove the Joy-Cons. The I do like that it's almost entirely matte black, but with just like a tiny little sliver of color along the attachment point on either side. Like, it's just a tiny little splash of color on an otherwise all black. Yeah. The renderings on the website show the button popping out the Joy-Cons. Can someone send me a link to the website, and we'll bring the website up and have a read through it in a second? Demon Tomato Dave says, I hope the magnets thing means they won't feel floppy like the original Joy-Cons did. It's why I rarely use the Switch in handheld, it feels so flimsy. That is allegedly why they're doing it. They want it to feel more secure sideways. I mean, look, so here's the thing. This logo has been floating around since Christmas Day when Next Handheld took a photo of the dock. And people were like, it's a fake logo. It's not properly aligned at the bottom between the Switch logo and the two. And they're not wrong. It's not quite aligned. But it's legit. Yeah, okay. We see anything, like, obvious and notable here? Actually, is this available in more than HD? I'm curious. Okay, we've only got a 1080p upload of this. I was really curious if we were going to have a 4K upload of this trailer. That is curious, yeah. Although we're only seeing footage of the handheld mode of games. We're not seeing any docked footage, which is interesting. Yeah, that appears to be the bezel. It's a reasonably large bezel, which is not surprising, honestly. Yeah, that appears to be the amount of bezel. Is this the Switch 2 for real? Yeah, this is the Switch 2. This is on Nintendo's UK channel. We do see docked footage? Okay, I'll look out for docked footage in a second. Website has hands-on dates at events right after the Direct in April. Okay, so this is the Switch 1 method. It's here's the presentation, and the very next day there's a press event in London at Hammersmith Apollo. Yeah, people were right about the dock being curved more, like, lower at the front. Oh yeah, we do see. Oh, I see what you mean about that being a different DK model. Yeah, that's a different look for DK. Huh. Is that based on, like... Okay, is DK gonna have some kind of new game? What was that? This is a nice looking map design. I like the map design. New boost effect visual. That looks like a really big map, honestly. Yeah, like that's a lot of visibility into the distance. Mario Kart tracks aren't usually this ambitious in, like, the scale of them. Yeah, not a loop. Huh. Oh, it could be a different Kong. Will it come with the dock, or do we think that'll be separate? It'll come with the dock. So the one bit of leaking I did to do with the Switch 2 is a photo of the back of the dock. It's going to require higher power amounts when docked. It requires a 60-watt charger. It needs a higher power pass through than the current Switch is going to do. Genki has also said that there is some indents on the back of the Switch 2 that mean it physically won't slot into an original dock. You won't be able to slot it into an original dock, so it'll come with a new dock. Apologies for the sneezing. 2025, interesting. Certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported or fully compatible with Switch 2. Is this... We didn't see any sign that the Switch 2 Joy-Cons have the IR sensor. Is that what they're on about? Games that use the IR sensor won't be compatible. I feel like that's what they're getting at here. Physical... I'm glad that your digital library carries over as well as your physical. Yeah, probably for Ring Fit that your Joy-Cons won't fit in the thing. Isn't there a panel on the bottom for IR? No, there's no IR sensor on the bottom of the Joy-Con anymore. Let me get a good look at... It seems like we're getting physical Switch 2 games, but they're not showing us the cartridge yet for whatever reason. Yeah, there does not appear to be an IR sensor. Is that an that could still be an IR sensor on the bottom right, at the bottom of the orange Joy-Con. You know what? You're not wrong. That could still be IR sensor. Can I get a better look? I think you're right, actually. I think we are still getting the IR sensor. I guess it's mainly just going to be for things like Ring Fit Adventure, I guess. It looks more like paneling than a window, though. It's odd. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm really curious how real the snap sound is. How much... Because, like, the click when you put a Joy-Con in is real. I'm curious how much the click is going to be real. It could just be paneling, maybe. Yeah. Nintendo just changed the title of the video to Nintendo Switch 2 First Look Trailer. Okay. Also, hey to all many hundreds of you that are here. Does anyone have a link to the Nintendo website page that apparently exists that has more info? I don't know what link we need. Let me see if I can find it on my other monitor, maybe. Nintendo Switch 2. Okay, yeah, other people have the link. Cool. Thank you. Let me... Okay, Excel in April. Register, okay. London, etc. January 17th, tomorrow at 2 PM, you can start registering. Free to enter randomly selected draw. You can receive tickets for an individual or group of up to 6. If I can get a group of 6, I'll invite people. I'll see if there's anyone from the community that wants to come along. They are anticipating demand. 3 days of the XL Center being come try the Switch 2. 3 days is you are expecting a hell of a lot of traffic if you expect to need the XL Center for 3 days. At the end of the video, does it Nintendo Switch 2 expansion pass? Does it? Still the wrong link, I think. Sorry, was there another link I'm supposed to be looking at? If there's another link, let me know. Visit official site. Yeah, yeah, sorry. I'll go to this in a second. This one just takes you to the... Oh no, is there more if we skip? Okay, I see. Releasing in 2025. You can play Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games as well as Nintendo Switch games on Nintendo Switch 2. This needed to be their selling point, like their upfront, is you can move to next gen and you don't have to leave behind your game library. That's really important. April 2nd, yeah, play the things. Trailer. Okay, so this is all we've got right now. It's literally just this. Yeah, so there's the 2nd of April, there is a direct. Shortly after that, they're doing hands-on events. I'm guessing June for release. I think they're going to release right around the time of Summer Games Fest. And it's going to release, and everyone's going to be hyped about it during the week that everyone is hyped about new games. And new game trailers are all going to show their like logos for Switch 2. And Nintendo's going to try and ride that Summer Games Fest wave. Yeah. The last experience date right now is June 1st. Yeah. I reckon week of Summer Games Fest, like right before Summer Games Fest kicks off. Fuck it, here's a new console. Get fucking wild for it. I'm curious about that Joy-Con crib. Yeah, that's interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this here for now. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming along, and I'm glad that I correctly rolled the dice, and that when I told people to expect 1 p.m., I was not wrong. As I said, I've been doing this 10 years. I've got a pretty good sense. Even if I was doubting a little when we were 2 minutes past and hadn't seen the trailer yet, I was like, we're gonna stick here. We're gonna believe in it. Ashbash says, "Oh wow, yeah, I didn't believe you." I fucking know when to trust my gut on these things. I played my gamble, right? Thank you everyone for watching. Yeah, we didn't win the bingo, but everything in that those leaks is true. Which does means this confirms I did in fact leak part of a photo of the Switch 2 before it's officially revealed. This is confirmation that my image of the back of the dock was real. Look at me, I still got it. Sharing legit photos of systems before they're out. I've still got it. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I will be back tomorrow night at 10 p.m. UK, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, streaming Cooking Mama Cookstar, attempting to win the 5 traditional recipes Any Percent world record. So tune in for that if you want to see me try and be the world's fastest at a very bad Cooking Mama game. Have a good rest of your day.